Welcome everyone to the next episode of our series. So today we're going to be talking about a different aspect of trading that not a lot of people talk about as much, or maybe you've heard some people talk about it, but you probably just don't understand, what does it have to do with trading? And that's fitness. So we're going to have Stefanos take the lead on this one, but how does fitness affect trading and even like other aspects of our life? As you know, this series, we don't just talk about trading. We talk about every aspect of our life, pretty much going into businesses and everything. So we're going to talk about how fitness really impacts our life in general and our momentum.
Yeah. I like that you brought up that second point where like it affects everything. So if you notice, and this isn't true for everybody, but most very successful entrepreneurs out there, they're physically fit because they're self-disciplined. And the number one to get self-discipline in life or in entrepreneurship, trading, or anything like that is to implement it into your personal life. And the best way to do that is with fitness, is with going to the gym, because it's the easiest way to stay disciplined. Right? You're eating well. You're making sure that you're going to the gym every day. And then this can feed off into other avenues of your life as well, where it could do the contrary, where you're not working out. And this can make you feel like shit. It makes you, drowsy if you eat wrong, right? If you're not eating the right foods, you're going to naturally not have as much energy as you possibly could. If you're not drinking water, your body is 70% water. So wouldn't it make sense to drink 70%, of 70% of what you put in your body is water? So
I smell this hard because I've been on both sides quite recently.
we all have, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's human. And it's tricky because as entrepreneurs, we're always working out, we're always making sure our bodies are healthy and everything like that. But we also want to make sure our business is just as healthy.
Right.
And there's that contradiction most of the time because we have such crazy schedules. It's tough to get into there. But something that I brought up to my team, and something that I think is really beneficial, obviously, as a mentorship, you want to stay as transparent as possible with your students, with whoever, whoever member is in your group. So this is something that I've learned that maybe I could pass on to them. So something that happened to me, I think, and you guys are familiar with me losing the Instagram. I think that kind of started, what happened was I looked back and I realized that kind of started it, kind of like that decrease in like feeling as driven or feeling as, go, doing everything. That tacked on with getting hurt my leg again, tacked on with, getting a dog as well. So a lot has gone on. Also managing the driving business and everything like that. So a lot has gone on. So if you're not able to kind of curb that and put that to the side, it's going to start festering into the rest of your life. You're not going to be working out. You're not going to be feeling 100%. So you got to just wake yourself up. And it's very hard for you guys to get momentum in that point, right? When you're in there, and it's very tough to get back to the gym, very tough to do the things that you need to do on a daily basis. It's I don't know where I was going with that. I was just trying to say with
it's very difficult with the momentum, and then finally it starts affecting like every other aspect of your life. And so like quite recently, this year itself, in the past couple of weeks when we were doing our video, I was in the process of building another business, right? Recently just launched it, Sharma Investors. And now like just building that business from scratch again. You already have the mentorship, and then I also have like other investments and other businesses that are going on. Now it's just like I start to realize that the more that you try to scale in life, and it could mean anything for you in general. For me, it's like just building more businesses, and then like creating more streams of income. It could be anything, like just scaling in life in general. The more you want to grow, the more pressure that you have on yourself to take care of yourself. Right. And so in the past couple of weeks or so, like when I was like building Sharma Investors and I was working on, SharmaFX, like the mentorship and all this other stuff, and like, taking care of everything else, like I haven't had the time to go out and work out as much, but I very soon realized like the effect that it was having on everything else that I was doing. Right. I wasn't there mentally like 100% like I would love to be for the mentorship. Right. And that's like, that's
you're not at your standard.
Right. I'm not at the standard. I'm not. So the mentorship itself, like both of ours, is very like personalized to the students, right? We don't have a course and we don't say like, all right, just log on and here's the entire course. That's it, right? We interact with our students. And so that itself, like I need to be there 100% every single day, every day that I'm showing up, right? And it's not just, a 5 days a week kind of a job or something like that. I need to be there 7 days a week, 24/7 for my students. So I need to be at my 100% no matter what. And that's where kind of I saw that decline happening over the past couple of weeks because I was just, didn't have the proper sleep, obviously, because just working around with everybody, coordinating and everything. Didn't have the proper sleep, didn't have the proper time to actually go out and work out, go to the gym, or we actually have a gym in my garage. So I just work out at home, like an entire gym. So even that, like, I can't walk downstairs to the garage and just work out for like an hour, right? So that's how like busy everything got. But then I also realized that I need to like pick it up again, right? I need to be at my 100%. I need to prioritize the health, the fitness and everything. And that's after that when I picked up working out, even if that means like 30-minute walk. So what I've actually done is there's a Nike Run Club challenge. It's 100 miles in August. And if you just break it down like every day, it's just 3 miles, right? So I broke it down to myself where it was like, I need to go on this 3-mile walk, which is simply just a walk down to the park and back in my area. So I need to do that every single day. And that itself kind of like boosted the energy in me, right? And then from there it was like, all right, I need to go work out. So we have a Peloton. So working out on the Peloton, just doing like the bicycle ride for an hour. They have their own workout program that you can do. Doing like all these small things is what really made the difference, right? And then when I came back and I saw the difference, I saw the difference in my energy. I saw the difference in like the entire mindset of like coming back and be like, all right, I'm there 100%, right? Helping the students elevate and then also helping like the business grow and everything. So I think fitness was a really important part. And you see the difference once you're part of it. 75 hard day challenge, for example, is one that has been like life-changing for me. And that's because I see everyone like working out and doing all this stuff. And then at one point, like if you've never experienced it yourself, you start thinking like, is it really all that? Like I don't need to go work out every day. I don't need to like spend like additional hour, 45 minutes or whatever doing these things. Like I'm perfectly fine. But once you experience it, that's when you understand like, okay, no, there's an entire mentality switch that happens.
Oh yeah.
Right. Especially with 75 hard because Andy Frisella just like forces you to change your mindset, your daily habits and everything. And then recently just going back to like, I didn't have the time to do this, but it's like, you have to find the time.
Yeah.
Right. As everything is like scaling up, like I need to find the time. And I've been on the side where it's like, started off very shitty and it was like great at everything, right? Like great momentum and everything. And then losing that momentum again. And then now like picking it back up again is just that repeated cycle, which obviously in trading, we have the emotional cycle where like you have your revenge trading, you have a great trading day, you start losing everything and all this. This is my cycle that I'm personally going through right now, which is as I'm scaling in other aspects of life, trading aside, this is the cycle that I'm still like kind of struggling to break out of, but that's what you have to realize, right? And that's kind of the comparison that I've seen between this cycle versus the emotional cycle, where in both you have to recognize what are the key points that are forcing you to behave a certain way or forcing you to come back into that cycle and then working on those key points.
100%. There's I mean, there's two types of people out there, right? And when you're watching this, you're thinking, okay, I have a 9 to 5 job, so I have a steady schedule every single day. This comes right back to the balance thing we talked about a few videos ago. You have a set schedule 9 to 5, so you know that before 9 o'clock, I mean, maybe you guys are trading, but even before that, you could get a workout in before that, right? And I don't want the people that don't have that classic 9 to 5 where your schedule is all over the place. Ours is the same way, right? Where every single day it's something different. I don't want you guys to take that victim mentality thinking, damn, like I don't have that schedule. I don't, I can't do that. I can't do it. You got to embrace that. You got to embrace the fact that like it is harder on you, but you're going to get it done anyway. And that's the attitude that you have to have every single time. But the 75 hard, I mean, that comes right back to like when I first did it, that was during COVID. I had all the time in the world, right?
Yeah.
And I tried doing it again and I got pretty far with it. but at the same time, it just was not the same. It was not nearly as easy. Now, the
Mhm.
75 hard is not easy at all. But the
Yeah.
first time I did it, when I had the time to do it and I had a schedule set every single day, to me, that was easy. Like I could do that easily. I mean, the first 2 weeks of not drinking was the hardest part for me, especially being around other people that are drinking. Not that I'm a big drinker. I drink
Yeah.
maybe like once every 2 weeks. But when you're around people and you got to turn it down, you got to say no. I'm doing this one thing. And maybe they get their chuckle and whatever, but at the same time, you know that they respect it. But
Yeah.
um, that was the hardest thing for me. But when you have that set schedule, you guys could the sky's the limit. Like you already are at an advantage that you can go to the gym every single day, right in the morning, same exact time. You do the same thing. You stretch, you go hit some weight, or you stretch, you warm up, do like 10 minutes of cardio, you go work out, and then you get right back off and go do some abs, and then you're done for the day. Maybe
Yeah.
do some cardio after that. But and just like you said with the tailoring of trading,
Yeah.
it's the same exact thing for working out. So like if you guys are interested in trying to figure out, what is specifically set for you, or maybe like a strict workout plan or a diet plan that you guys want, reach out to me and I'll be able to help you. I'm sure Sharma would be
Mhm.
able to help you as well. But that's something that I'm passionate about. I don't really have the time to do it as much, but I'd be happy if you reached out to me. I'd definitely set you up with a nice workout routine. Wouldn't be too hard. I just need to know how much you weigh, how many calories you normally eat per day, your body fat, stuff like that, your height, your weight, stuff like that. And you can figure out some macros as far as, what
Mhm.
you want to put in your body every single day. But right back to what I was saying, you have to eat healthy, you have to eat clean, or else you're going to feel like shit. That's just how it is. And I'm even exploring like a plant-based diet now even more, because supposedly humans are really not supposed to be eating meat, right?
Mhm.
And if you watch Game Changers on Netflix, really interesting documentary. And this honestly, this is coming from me, somebody who loves meat. I love steak, love chicken, all that stuff. But like, I know what's good for my body. I know that I want to feel 100% as best as I possibly can. And if that is the route, maybe I'll have steak once in a while. But at the same time, my main diet is not going to be chicken, rice, maybe it's like tofu or something like that every single
Even
day. And
with
I'll see
that, you
how
want
I
to
feel.
be even with that, you want to be very careful because I'm a vegetarian, like I've always been a vegetarian. But even in that,
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah, even in that, apparently you can have like very crappy food. And so you need to like kind of understand and kind of figure out and play with like, different types of food and stuff and figure out like what's the healthy for you.
Yeah.
Right. With that being said, so we know we have a Stefanos trading group. Are we also getting a fitness group soon?
This is something that I was thinking. Well, we have a fitness channel in our group and in the Slack group, and we always post our videos and pictures of us like working out, stuff like that. Some people are more into that channel than others, obviously. If anybody's in any kind of trading group, some people are really involved and some people aren't. So there's going to be more people that are working out on a regular basis that are in there, and we've gotten a lot of people not working out, right? Somebody that has never worked out before in their life, and now like they just turned it around and they just love working out now. They work out every day, change their life. They send before and after pictures. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
What a couple of some of our guys have done. This guy Nathan out in Ireland looks amazing now, and it's awesome. He feels great about himself. That's just one example, but it just goes to show you how much working out can do for you. It
Yeah.
completely changes you as a human being.
There's a lot
um
of different comparisons like in trading and like, other aspects of life that I've realized. And it's kind of crazy. And so it's just, for example, there was when we were talking about 75 hard, and you're talking about like every single time it kind of gets a little bit harder, right? When you try to redo 75 hard, you got a little further, but it was still harder. And it's the same exact thing that I've realized like in trading, when a lot of people like reach out to us and they're like, I've just blown the account. These are people that I've talked to for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, and they'll message me like, hey, here's my analysis. What can I do better? And we go through the entire process and I see like how they're progressing. And then they have this one little switch where they take a single trade for whatever reason they thought like, that was it. That was going to be like the make or break trade for them. And, it blows their entire account. And so they come back and now you have a worse mentality. You have like worse risk
right back to
management.
square one.
Yeah. And so that's the same exact thing that you've realized with like 75-day hard, where it's not a hard challenge. You know, the challenge itself just requires you to go work out 2 times a day. One of them is like outdoors, so you could do a walk or something in the evening, read 10 pages, right? Drink a gallon of water, all these like, small things. So it's nothing hard, but it's just building that momentum to the point where it's like you said, like, being around people and being like, I don't want to drink or I don't want to eat a certain food because I'm on a diet. Like it's just small things.
Yeah.
And it's the same exact thing in trading. It's just the small things and being consistent with it. And when you have to do it all over again and you've known like, okay, I've lost it the first time, it just brings down your self-confidence.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that goes for anything. Like
Yeah.
when you don't keep your word to yourself, it just takes a dig at your confidence every single time. And then it goes the other way where like if you stick to your word and you actually do what you say you were gonna do, you just build little confidence one time at another. And then all of a sudden you're walking into a room, people don't even recognize you because you're
Yeah.
so confident, you're so like feeling great about yourself. And there's ebbs and flows. Like I would say like what I just went through, what probably happens maybe once a year, where
Mhm.
like maybe I'll get into a funk and I won't realize what happens because I'm not a high strong anxiety ridden kind of a person where like I realize that one thing is happening and I let it get to me. I can deal with things at a time, but then again, you don't realize over time, over a longer period of time, these little things stack up and they
Yeah.
can start to weigh on your momentum. They can start to weigh on that consistency that you've built over a long period of time. But like if
Mhm.
you're somebody like myself that really doesn't let things get to them too much, I try not to at least. You know, you don't realize it right away. You just realize it down the road, maybe months later or weeks later, and you're just like, "Holy shit! I just haven't been myself." Right? I
Yeah.
haven't been at the top of my game. But again, with the balance stuff, as entrepreneurs, you got to find a way to do it, even if you don't feel like it, or you feel like fitness has never been part of your
Mhm.
daily plan or part of your life, and all of a sudden, like, or you feel unathletic, right? That's pretty common. People feel like, I've never been athletic in my life. I don't want to work out. Just it. All you got to do is go for a nice walk, a nice brisk walk. Bring some water with you. You feel great about yourself at the end. Maybe try to time yourself.
Yeah.
It just takes little steps, and then all of a sudden you start running a mile. That mile turns into 2 to 5 to 10. All of a sudden you're running marathons. You're like, who the hell am I? Like
Yeah.
I've never played sports in my life. Now I'm doing Ironman.
It's
So
the little misconceptions that people have about
limiting beliefs.
limiting beliefs. There you go. They have like fitness, for example. We're not telling you to go out to like, a UFC gym and just like, pump out like
Start slaughtering people.
225
Yeah.
or, whatever it is. Fitness, again, everything that we talk about is subjective, and that's why you're able to modify it to according to like whatever your lifestyle is like, right? And that's why we say that make trading work for you as well. It's the same exact thing in trading too. Make that work for you. There's so subjective that fitness could be anything from like hardcore working out, like, deadlifts, sumo squats, whatever, 225 pounds, whatever it is, to as simple as going for like a bike ride, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week if you have a bicycle, or going on a walk, or going up a hill. Like I have a hill right in front of my house, so going up the hill like every day with my, while I'm walking my dog or something, whatever it is, doing yoga at home. There's so many YouTube videos.
Is that hill pretty steep, or is it just like a regular hill?
It's it's not that steep, but like once you start going on it and you look
You
down,
feel it.
then it looks very steep,
Yeah,
and that's what gets to you.
back in high school, we had this. I wrestled in high school, and that was some of the hardest training I've gone through as a kid. But we had this cemetery hill right next to the high school. It was a big cemetery, but the hill was like really steep, and there was gravestones all over. But on this side of the hill, it wasn't. There were no gravestones, and kids would ride their sleighs down there all the time. In the winter, but we would sprint up that every day, and you're
Mhm.
just dumb, but that's really testing your mind. Like when
Yeah.
you're doing things like that, I highly recommend just testing yourself. And I'll leave you with this. Like, of course you see like the out of shape, lazy big guys that let's say are sitting at a pool, very successful at some resort pool, that have a very successful business, but they're completely out of shape. They feel shit about their life, and they just don't know where they're going. They're just managing this business. You could be that guy, right? or you could be the guy that feels amazing about themselves, guy or girl feels amazing about themselves. They're up early every single morning. They're feeling great. They're feeling tight, drinking water every single day, healthy, feel good about their body, not worrying about their health too much. Their relationships are great. Their business is great. Everything is going great. You could be that guy too, or that girl too, right? Who would you
Honestly,
rather be?
about 80 to 85, maybe I'll go as far as saying 90% of the people that I've met, like millionaires, billionaires, CEOs, like
All in
top-notch
shape.
real estate investors, whoever it is, I've realized in that group, the most fit people are also the people who are most involved in their businesses. People
Mm-hmm.
that, you were talking about, like, who are very lazy, who are just sitting poolside, those are the people who tend to have automated businesses. They've already hired people. They don't have to worry about anything. They're not as involved. And all they're doing is just sitting on the profits that are coming in from the businesses. They don't have to
Yeah.
be as involved, right?
Yeah.
And majority of these people tend to be people who are retired. Now all they do is kind of travel, have fun
Yeah.
with their life, so you could get to that point. We're not saying, just for disclaimer, we're not saying like every big person's lazy. We're not saying like every
No.
lazy
Yeah.
person has to be big or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. We're just saying that there's different levels to fitness and it depends on you. What do you want to do? I don't
Exactly.
go to the gym and I don't do like 225 pounds of like squats or whatever it is, right? But I try to like go for a walk or, go for like a bicycle ride or do like the Peloton or maybe some lightweight lifts or whatever it is. But the point is just to keep your body active and keeping your mind active too. So you could be like 100% in no matter what you do.
Yeah. 100%. And yeah, I couldn't agree more.
All right, awesome. So that is pretty much the end of it. We hope that you guys, got a few key points in this video. And again, if there's anything else that you guys want us to talk about in the series, just go ahead and comment below. And as always, I'll go ahead and put Stefano's contact information, my contact information at the end of the video. So just feel free to reach out with any questions that you guys have. And then also let us know, like, what else do you want to see in this series?
Exactly. Have a great day, guys.